Welcome to Lawmen, a podcast about local legends and obscure curiosities from days of yore, with me, Alistair Beckett-King.
And me, James Shakeshaft.
And this week, James, I'm taking you 1,000 years into the past.
Ooh,
you ready?
Better bring a packed lunch. Yes.
And I'm going to introduce you to some wee beasties.
Well, I hope these beasties aren't going to be attracted by my sandwiches.
Don't worry, James. They are more interested in gold. It's the gold hoard of the great ants. James, I'm going to talk to you about ants.
What, the film?
I had a feeling you would ask because the recording session we're in is called Ants with a Z, brackets, not the movie, question mark, and you wrote that.
Yes, and also I'd prepared what my recording for today was called A Bug's Life. It's synchronicity, isn't it?
Well, James, on the subject of ants, I have a rubbish riddle for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because we're going to be talking about some weird passages in Old English texts. And as you and I both know, Old English writers loved quite bad riddles.
Can I guess the riddle before you even do the riddle?
Yeah, you can. I don't think you're going to guess, but you can try.
Travels on no legs in the morning.
Oh.
On 6 legs in the middle of the day. And by wings on my favourite day of the year, Flying Ant Day.
Is the answer an ant, James?
It is an ant.
Yeah, is it an ant?
It is, yes.
So why does an ant travel on no legs in the morning? Are they born without legs?
Because they're larvae. They're probably little larvae eggs or something, aren't they?
Are
little,
they?
I don't know.
Is this based on entomological knowledge, or did you just say probably?
Oi. If I was the Sphinx, you'd be
I'd be immolated
two of those
by now.
legs are arms, sir, Mr. Sphinx. Miss Sphinx, Mrs. Sphinx, Ms. Sphinx. Ms with a Z as well, because you spell your name with an X for some reason. So I'm having a go at a Sphinx.
Yeah. You're getting very GB News there, James. These flipping Sphinxes, I don't even know what they're supposed to be.
Why do they talk straight? Why do they tell us exactly what they're talking about?
Speak English, love.
Well, they're talking in riddles. They literally are. They're a Sphinx. I'm Googling baby ants. Worm-like, legless.
Oh, he's nailed it, listener. Baby ants have no legs.
Phew.
That off the top of your head riddle is going to make my riddle look really rubbish, but I did say it was going to be rubbish, so thank you for that setup.
That's no worries. Anytime.
As we know, Old English writers loved riddles, like that's what inspired J.R.R. Tolkien's quite rubbish riddles in The Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my quite bad riddle for you, James. Where might you find an ant in a kitchen? Are you thinking about it? Where might you find an ant in a kitchen?
Well,
unexpectedly. I'm workshopping the riddle. We can work on the riddle as we go.
Okay.
I'll extend it. Where might you find an ant unexpectedly in your kitchen, especially if you spoke Latin?
It is Italian as well, I think. Is it in the work surface?
Oh, he's met. Yes. Whoa. A clean landing for Shakeshaft. Formica.
Yes, that's it, Formica.
In the Formica work surface, because, of course, the Latin word for ant is Formica.
Yes.
Formica. I don't know how to pronounce it.
And there's formic acid as well, which is something to do with that.
I think Formica, the work surface, is completely unrelated to the word for ant. I think it's because it was a replacement for mica, the stone.
Mike.
The replacement for Mike, but an Italian said it, and they already had the logo printed.
Fair enough.
For the trademarked brand name Formica.
Yeah, formic acid is what's in the sting of an ant or a bee or a wasp.
Oh, well, there you go.
And it's named after ant, formic.
And named after ants, Formica. A couple of ABK life hacks for if you've got ants. If you have ants in your kitchen, get some Tizer and draw a face of Jesus on the work surface. And then the next day, the ants will have formed the shape of the face of Jesus, photograph it, and immediately become canonized as a saint.
Yes! That's perfect. Well, you could sell it to the Sun.
Yeah, you could get into a British tabloid with that.
Yeah, and you get some money and use that money to plug up any holes that the ants were coming in.
Yeah, problem solved.
Put you with cash.
I was told by someone, they said to me, if you've got ants in your kitchen and you want them to leave, what you have to do is very, very carefully pick an ant up, just one ant, and then bring it up to, and then very quietly, politely ask it to leave, and then put it back down. Hey, a man from Leeds told me that, so if that isn't true, I don't know what to believe.
I can see how it would work, to be honest, because the ant would go to its mates like using its chemical trails. Yeah, there's a nutter. There's an absolute nutter in there. Guys, we don't want to be in there. We don't
want anything to do with this place.
He thinks you can talk to ants. We got to get out of here.
But he doesn't seem to have hurt you. That's what makes it really creepy. He was really creepy about it.
He whispered. He didn't need to whisper. I can hear him. I heard it's pepper.
Pepper.
But I don't know if that's... this feels on the cusp of being nonsense. But you break up their path with pepper. Because ants don't like pepper.
That's interesting.
They're like a kid.
Pikalika is the Sanskrit word for ant. And that sounds a bit like paprika. So I've just got a list of other names that ants have. They're called Emmet in Cornwall.
Emmet? Like the Doc from Back to the Future?
Yes, like Doc Brown.
That's your fault, That's your fault for bringing up that reference of Dr. Emmett Brown.
that one doesn't count on James's list if anyone's giving a spreadsheet of James mentioning Back to the Future. Yeah, and apparently in Cornwall they use Emmet as a sarcastic name for tourists.
Nice. Yeah, because they sort of come in a big trail. And
if you want them to leave, you have to pick them up very carefully.
A lot of them don't like pepper.
There's Nemmet in Scotland, obviously a similar word.
That's like the Wario to Emmet's Emmet.
And Pissmire. Have you ever heard Pissmire?
Yes.
Yeah, it's an archaic word.
What are they called? Pissabeds? Is that no? That's
I think that's somebody.
Ladybirds.
Oh, really?
I think ladybirds were called pissabeds or something.
Really? How did the house get on fire if that's what she was up to? You'd think that would have slowed its progress down.
Yeah, maybe it's flammable.
Well, there's pissmire and pissant, which is a word we still have, now usually just an insult for a person, both of which just mean, well, the ant part means ant and the mire part means ant, because apparently anthills smell of urine.
Oh.
So it's just a name for an ant. A little pissmire, a little pissant.
Pissabed was a dandelion, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Flower. Right. That's not... You might find a ladybird on one, but it's not to be confused.
That explains how the ladybird's house caught on fire.
Mm.
Not enough wee. So some of those words, and the modern English word ant, obviously come from the Old English word ameta.
Are we going to need to beep all those pissabeds?
I don't think so, because we didn't say... it's just an archaic word.
Yeah, there's other funny names for flowers that we've said, which we got away with.
Yeah.
The stinking nana, the stinking willy.
So my source here is the Deor Horde, an Old English bestiary by Hannah Vidine, published in 2023, James.
What?
Yeah, we've got a currently in print book written by a living author.
Wow, it sounds like it's not modern.
It doesn't sound modern. Yeah, so it's an Old English bestiary.
I suppose they wouldn't have called it an Old English bestiary if it was at the time, and they would have simply called it a current English bestiary.
Cutting edge bestiary. Hannah Vidine is a Canadian writer. So she's behind the Old English Word Horde, which is a blog, but also it's on lots of social media platforms, basically posting an Old English word a day. And she wrote a book called The Word Horde, and this is the follow-up called The Deor Horde. So Deor is animals.
Right.
So a word horde is, I was listening to an interview she did with Michael Rosen on Radio 4.
Oh, yeah.
A word horde is all the words that a poet might know. So it's a bit like your vocabulary, I suppose.
Mm.
Like the way, is it Sparky Williams, that talking budgie, knew 50 words?
Wait, what? That sounds like this might have been a local celebrity up your way, like the Flashing Blade guy.
Yeah, sorry, have you forgotten? I'm just Googling. Give me 1 sec. Yeah, I'm sure you recall, James. We've talked about Sparky Williams, the greatest Northeastern celebrity, the talking budgerigar, who had a repertoire of more than 500 words.
Whoa. You did him down to the power of 10.
Yes, yeah. I, if you recall, I was annoyed because I have a repertoire of over 500 words, but my Wikipedia page doesn't mention it. Now we know what the word for that is in Old English. It's word hoard.
So, I mean, I'm thinking we could get a sort of Avengers Assemble from the Northeastern celebs. So we got
Anton Deck.
Anton Deck.
Anton Ant. That's Alan Robson, your flesh and blade from Night Owls. A legend in the Northeast.
So we got that. We got him. We got Reg Vardy. He's
Reg
the sort
Vardy.
of. I'm guessing he's the sort of the Hannibal of this A team. With the bird would be the face, smooth talking, able to chat its way out of a problem.
Reg Vardy could be the getaway driver because he's got lots of cars.
He could be. He wouldn't need to, weld anything together to his car because he's probably got a car that's like that, or he could get one. He knows someone.
Yeah, if you need like a mid-90s Ford Escort.
Yeah. Okay, so that's copyrighted now.
The Northeastern Avengers Assemble, including the phrase Avengers Assemble, that belongs to the Lawmen as well. Just to be clear, James came up with that.
Not really. No, that's what Avengers was called in specifically just the UK, the recent Avengers film, because of the old telly.
Oh,
thing.
yeah. The proper Avengers. And there's no clear link, so I'm just going to start talking about the other source.
Yes.
The other source for this story is Ant Law in Anglo-Saxon England.
Ant Law.
An article from 2012. Ant Law.
Ant Law. Oh, have you seen the size of those ant laws? on that stag over there.
That's an article by Marlena Cesario, also a living academic who's currently alive.
Apologies to the people.
So
come on the podcast. We'd love to have you as guests. You sound like cool people.
I think since 2012, the term Anglo-Saxon has sort of fallen out of favour a bit. You used to see it a lot and you don't see it as much anymore. I think because of roundabout painters, mostly. I don't know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the only time I ever see Anglo-Saxon on the internet is when there's like an AI-generated Knight Templar defending blonde women or something. Yeah, so we'll just say Old English.
Yeah.
Now, are you aware of such a thing as a sunshine prognostication, James?
Alistair, I couldn't even remember that parrot, that budgery that could speak 500 words.
Sparky Williams, yeah, you didn't even remember Sparky Williams.
I don't think I know what what is it?
A sunshine prognostication.
Is it like blue sky? Is this blue sky thinking?
What about a wind prognostication? Any idea?
Yes.
This is James's area.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah.
Is that like when they say it's going to rain if you can see the bottom of the leaves?
Not quite. Good guess though. It is a prediction. It's not a prediction about what the weather is going to be like. It's a prediction based on what the weather is like.
Huh?
So, for instance, in a sunshine prognostication, it might say, if the sun shines on the third day of Christmas, then a certain thing will happen. And it's the same with a wind prognostication. So in England, James, I don't need to tell you, it's often overcast at Christmas time, so you don't really get sunshine.
So is it reverse pathetic fallacy?
I suppose so. Yeah. If the weather is nice, conventionally nice, then that means that a good thing is going to happen. And if there's wind, it'll mean a specific bad thing is going to happen. So it's usually about a specific time. If it happens on this day, then something else will happen.
Oh yeah, like winter's going to last longer or something. Like it's
a little bit like Punxsutawney Phil. Is that his name?
Yeah. Yes.
A little bit like
the film Groundhog Day. Yes, that was on telly again.
Are you sure? Groundhog Day. Like, imagine a podcast where people just remember the same information and talk about the same film every single time.
Misremember the same information and never learn.
So there are sunshine prognostications in 2 manuscripts that have really uncatchy titles, which I feel obliged to say, and they're mentioned in Cesario's article. There's Hatton 115 or 115 in the Bodleian Library. But I mentioned that one because it has annotations and additions written by someone called the Tremulous Scribe. Have you heard of this guy, the Tremulous Scribe?
No, but I like the sound of that.
Better known as the Tremulous Hand of Worcester. Because, of course, we don't know anything about him apart from, presumably a monk of some kind. We don't know anything about him apart from his handwriting. And it's wobbly, James.
Oh.
He had wobbly handwriting. So they call him the tremulous hand. We infer that he had a rest of a body, but we just don't know.
Wow. If he's from the Northeast, will he join our Northeast Avengers Assemble?
I don't think Worcester is technically in the Northeast.
Alongside the Flashing Bird. Oh, no. Yeah, but these things are often inaccurate.
Oh, lads. Oh. I ain't getting on no plane.
Lovely stuff.
That was the T, stood for tremulous.
Pity.
The oldest example of a sunshine prognostication that Cesario could find is from manuscript called Cambridge Corpus Christi College 391, or CCCC 391. Not great names, not great names. And I think I'm quoting from that one, and I'm going to try and read it in Old English and then in English. Apologies to any Anglo-Saxons listening. Apologies to any racists listening who are offended by my pronunciation.
We don't need to apologise to them. Apologies to any old English people who've got a time machine and this is your experience. You're sorry. There are better things you could be doing.
You might be able to follow some of this, depending on how well I pronounce it. So let's try. Juf thy fourth day sunne shineth, thon oth beoroth, olfendus muckle gold, tham amatum, the thon gold hoard helden shulen. So I'm sure you picked up amatum there, ants, yeah?
Yeah.
Muckle gold?
Yep.
Gold. Yes, gold means gold. Muckle, if you were Scottish, you would have guessed. Muckle means much or a lot, as in many a mickle makes a muckle. Sun shineth. You think, come on, James.
Yeah. I got that.
He got that straight away.
Sunshine.
Sunshine, yes.
Sunshine.
So that is, if the sun shines on the fourth day, then the camels will bear off much gold from the ants, which then must guard the treasure.
Right.
So Olfendas is camels. So so the rest of them are quite ordinary predictions about things that might happen. And this prediction, this prognostication seems really weird. Why would camels steal gold from ants, James?
Yeah, don't know.
The answer might be found in Hannah Vidin's book, Deor Hord, in a section called Animals Unheard of, or, and I'm going to try and say it in Old English, Unjefreiliken Deor.
Unjefreiliken Decor?
They have not been freylicked. They are unjefreiliken.
Someone's complimenting or dissing my wallpaper.
It's they are.
Okay.
So these are animals that are rare, strange animals. So there's an Old English text called The Wonders of the East, or The Marvels of the East, from about 1000 AD. And I think, James...
The Marvels Avengers Assemble of the East.
I think you've read this one, actually, James. Or at least I think you've used it as a source before, because I think the Blemmies come from this text, or this is one of the texts that mentions the Blemmies.
Right.
Do you remember them?
Yeah, are they no head?
They're heads and tummies.
Foot?
They're the ones with heads in their
tummies, not just one big foot that they use as an umbrella.
They could also be in the same book. I don't know. So we've touched on this book before, and according to this book, there is a special kind of ameta, ant, that gathers grains of gold.
Oh.
So there's a bit of a mystery about the word Valkyrie, which Vidin mentions, because according to the OED, it comes to English from Norse mythology in the 18th century. But in Old English texts, you've got this word whale Korea, which seems to mean Valkyrie. One creature in a bestiary is described as having Valkyrie's eyes. So what's going on there? Bit of a mystery. So Wonders of the East says, I'm reading from the Deor Hord here, ants, that's Ammeton, are produced there, in this land of Capi or Gorgonius or Valkyrie, as big as hounds. That's hundus. They have ants as big as hounds.
Yikes.
They have feet like a grasshopper, gräshoppen.
Mm-hmm.
They are red and black in appearance. Hues. Again, pronunciations all probably wrong. So I don't need to just describe it for you, James. I've got pictures.
Whoa.
Please open your envelope.
Oh, those are dogs.
Well, yeah. What's happened is, I think the writer wrote that they were ants the size of dogs. The illustrator has gone, yeah, dogs, yeah. And he's like, no, I said ants the size of dogs. He said, yeah, I know what a dog looks like,
dogs.
mate. And he's just drawn dogs with kind of slightly grasshoppery feet. So in both cases, there's two different manuscripts there. The first one look exactly like dogs. The second one, they look maybe like possums, perhaps. They're sort of maybe a large rodent.
They're dogs, but they've got long feet.
Oh, I think you're looking at camels.
Oh,
those are meant to be the camels because they've got a bump on the back. But at the top of this second one, you'll see there's little sort of rabbity kind of creatures, and I think those are the ants. So what's going on there? I can't explain why the illustrations look so weird. But you can see, what are those ants doing in the drawings? They are attacking...
the fabric of space?
Not the in the other picture, they're attacking the camels.
Yes, they're having a right old good ding-dong at the camel
They
legs.
are very dangerous. And it does look like they're attacking like just digging into a really sort of meaty earth. So basically, these ants...
Can I show you something that I think looks more like what you've tried to describe there?
Yes, please.
I've just shared a link with you to the logo for the Italian petrol station, Agit.
Oh, yeah. And that's like a six-legged dog with fire coming out of its mouth.
Yeah. I'd say that's more like an ant.
Yeah, it is. It is more like an ant.
Like a dog. I always see that. I've been on holiday to Italy a couple of times, and whenever I see that logo, I do think like, what? Like, it's like someone said to the illustrator, "Oh, can we have a dog for our logo?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure thing, dog. 6 legs, breathes fire. Yeah, dog. I'll do you a dog." So,
James, these ants, whatever they are, they gather gold, supposedly in the East, in India, which for the writers of these Old English texts was a very vague place that they didn't know a lot about. Unlike you and me, who are very worldly and wise and know loads of stuff.
Oh, big time. Hey, I can think about Italian petrol station logos. I'm a man of the world.
Very much a man of the world. If you want to steal the ants' gold, and why wouldn't you? There's a very simple procedure. You're going to need a lot of camels. You're going to need several camels. You're going to need several camels, and you're going to need to start early. I just realized I've revealed that I work at night. You're going to need to start early at 11 a.m., which I now realize it's actually not that early.
That is not early.
That's it's nearly midday.
You're going to need to hang around until 11 a.m. Sure.
Hang around till 11 a.m. It'll be hot, and the ants will go to sleep underground.
Because they're dogs. Because that's the phrase, isn't it? Mad ants and Englishmen go out in the midday sun.
Then you need to tie up the foals of the camels. They call them foals. I think these days we say calves. The young camels on one side of a river. And then you cross the river with a male and a female camel. What are we on now? Step 3, maybe?
Yeah.
Step C is steal the gold and load it onto the female camel. And then the ants will stir. They'll go, "Oh, what's going on?" The ant cry goes up. Ant.
Yeah, the classic ant noise.
And they'll swarm after you. So you're leaving the male camel behind, basically, as a decoy. So they all go for the male camel. And it keeps them busy, which I think, based on the way this story appears in other texts, means they devour the male camel, while the female camel runs quickly to get back to her foals on the other side of the river, and you escape with the gold. So that's how it's done. And it only costs you one camel.
One male. I suppose you've still got the female camel who can make more camel.
Great bargain.
As long as you don't run out totally of male camel.
So that is the legend of the gold hoard of the great ants. But what a weird legend. What a weird thing to believe.
And that can only happen if the sun shone on the third day or something.
Well,
is that step 0?
I don't know why that is predicted to happen at that particular time, but clearly that prediction is a reference to this myth that people would have been familiar with, or educated people at least would have been familiar with, I think is the idea.
It is a bit like, to be fair, I see that is a bit like me mentioning Back to the Future at any opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, Tremulous, Mr. Tremulous, Monk Tremulous must have just been like, I really want to tell people about these big ants that are like dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the third day, if the sun shines on the third day, have I ever told you about ants the size of dogs and how to steal their gold?
But it seems like it might not have sprung out of nowhere. This ant myth. Cesario links the gold-digging ant to something called the Mimicolium, or antlion.
What?
Yeah. You've never heard of the antlion?
No.
Well, if you lived in Old English times, if you lived 1,000 years ago, you probably would have.
Right.
everyone knows that an antlion is basically a crossbreed between a lion and an ant.
Whoa.
It's hard to imagine how it happened.
Yeah. I don't want to presume too much, actually, in this one.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid I'm going to answer the unspoken question. The father is the lion.
Aye. That, I think in that case, the answer definitely not going back to his den.
The antlion had a father with the face of a lion and a mother with the face of an ant. Although, as far as I can tell, they are ant-sized with the head of a lion, and especially fierce.
It's like the original The Fly.
Yes, it is like the original The Fly. And the reason I say that it was probably widely known in the past is that the antlion is the answer to one of St. Aldhelm's riddles in the 7th century.
Oh, right.
And most of the answers to the riddles are like ordinary objects and animals, according to Cesario. So that sort of proves that people just would have just been like, oh yeah, an antlion, a thing we all know about. Gregory the Great described Satan as Leo rector vocator et tigris et myrmecolion. That's like a lion and a tiger and a lion ant.
Oh, okay.
But what are these? So maybe the big ants were ant lions. Richard Barber thinks that they might have been honey badgers based on the way they're described, and that the gold was honey. That would be a bit disappointing if that was true.
Just popping a pin in Richard Barber for names. I'll pass.
And so the same story that I told you appears in Herodotus, the Greek. So it must have reached the Old English writers from Greek and Latin and all that sort of thing. I haven't got the history in front of me in great detail. Just fill in the blanks, listener. And he also wrote loads of inaccurate stuff about the mysterious East. But unlike the Blemmies and all the other stuff, which is clearly just made up nonsense, but it does seem like this legend has its roots in the East, in India and Tibet, or I guess as they call it there, here. They don't really call it the East, do they? From their point of view, it isn't.
No, it's, I think, Sinosphere.
That sounds way more offensive, I think.
It does, but it does. I think that's more because everything else is based, like the East, the Orient, is basically based on someone making it up who isn't from there.
Well, I apologise for my Occidental language there.
Nice. That was a good pun as well.
Yeah, it was a pun on accidental. Yeah. Anyway, this legend seems to exist, or to have existed at some point in India and Tibet. There's an ancient Sanskrit text.
Oh, that's not Sinosphere then, sorry.
Yeah, I did think it was unlikely to be.
It's the Indosphere.
Okay, all right. There's an ancient Sanskrit text called the Mahabharata, or something like that, which mentions Pipalika gold. So do you remember I said Pipalika was the Sanskrit word for ant?
Yes.
Again, apologies for my pronunciation here. And in that text, someone is given jars of ant gold, which I think supposedly was just very fine powdered gold, which kind of makes sense that ants' gold will be quite small if we're talking about the little ants. August Franke, in his History of Western Tibet, 1995, talks about being in the village of Kalatsi, which is in India now, but I think would have been regarded as Tibet at some point in the past, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And collecting the same stories about gold digger ants. He writes, I was even shown the kind of ant which, according to the belief of the Kalatsi people, was the gold digger. It was a very tiny creature and far from the size of a dog or fox, but we must allow the story to have grown a little on its way from India to Greece. And then Michael Peissel, a Frenchman, wrote a book in 1984 called Ants Gold.
Michael Peissel.
And he solved the mystery, or so he claimed. He travelled to a very hard to access part of the world. I'm reading again from Deor Horde now. So he was a French ethnologist. He managed to slip into an area prohibited to foreigners due to its proximity to the tense ceasefire line between Pakistan and India. And what marvellous creature did Peissel behold in this prohibited region? The marmot, an adorable furry brown rodent that makes it home, and which, weighing as much as 11 kilos or more, is the largest member of the squirrel family. Peissel claimed that the Dansar Plain, a high plateau overlooking the river Indus, was home to marmots that, in the process of digging out burrows, flung gold-bearing sand into the air. Supposedly, long ago, the Brogpa, the people indigenous to the region, once collected this gold dust.
I've just looked up marmot, and I've just been reminded of what a marmot looks like, and it's very cute.
And they're adorable, James.
Yeah, just sending you a link. It's the rodent from the old meme The turning around meme, looking surprised.
Yes.
That was a marmot. It's all capybaras this year, by the way.
Yeah, it's all about capybaras these days.
Big. Capybaras are big in 2025.
Yes, and baby hippos.
Really?
You've not seen a picture of a baby hippo before?
No.
James, you haven't lived.
No, I haven't.
Well, as nice as that story is, I think there are real problems. According to Vadine, later scholars said that all of that was nonsense.
Oh.
Or at least filled with sort of so many narrative errors, geographical and cultural, that they called his conclusions into question. So we may never know which type of ant hoards gold in its anthills. But we do know how to get the gold out. You just need 3 camels.
Yes, minimum 3. 1 camel family.
A camel family where you're really not attached to the dad.
You just need to ruin a camel family. Yeah. With a deadbeat dad. I've been trying. I might have had a faraway look in my eyes during the recording because I've been trying to come up with a pun on that would be a sort of ant that you would keep money in. Because there's the kids joke, what's the biggest ant?
A giant.
That or the elephant.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
So what kind of ant would you keep money in?
I don't know. I haven't thought of it.
I can't believe you reeled me in there and you haven't even got a pun.
That's why my faraway look has not stopped being far away. It's not got nearer.
What's the wealthiest ant? The self-reliant.
Oh, that's nice.
Although, really its wealth is in hard work more than gold.
Mm.
Well, that extremely disappointing investigation and pun aside,
go on.
would you like to score
Yes.
the gold hoard of the great ants?
Yes, please.
All right. My first category is supernatural.
E.
Well, I think we're dealing with a cryptid here. At least one cryptid, possibly 2 cryptids.
Yeah.
We've got the lion ant.
What, dogs?
We've got dogs. Yeah, explain that. Red and black dogs with the legs of grasshoppers.
Aren't they hyenas? I do like the idea of a little ant with a little lion's head.
Yeah, that'd be so cute and funny,
That's
wouldn't
quite
it?
cute. Quite cute and weird.
And we've got the prognostication, the sunshine prognostications, the wind prognostications. That's kind of supernatural.
Mm-hmm. And presumably Tremulous the monk had been scared by something, and that's why his writing was so like that.
No doubt he saw a ghost and then went all Shaggy from Scooby-Doo as a consequence.
Or the Australian pizza chain, Eagle Boys.
Yes.
We've talked about before, their logo looks like it's pronounced like that to me.
I've just realised, though, if he was shared like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, it would have just been the old rector of the monastery pretending to be a ghost and therefore not supernatural.
Well, so you got an ant with a lion's head and then you pull that lion's head off.
And it was an ant.
It was a different ant.
It was Old Man Pissmire. So perhaps not the most supernatural episode we've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Honey badgers? Cute. I feel like they're more cute than they are supernatural.
Cute? They're not cute honey badgers, aren't they? Famously really dangerous.
Yeah, but that's what people like about them.
All right.
Marmots.
Mm-mm. Marmots always as well get me confused because in Thundercats, in some of the later episodes, Mum-Ra had a dog which was called Marmot, which was basically, it looked like a bulldog, looked like a grey bulldog.
That doesn't sound adorable at all.
No, it's horrible. What was the point? Sorry, what was the question? 2.
Time-travelling Valkyrie, is that worth nothing?
No, yeah, it's worth nothing. Sorry.
All right, I accept the 2. Second category, names.
Yes, okay.
Here's a real opportunity for you to give me 5 here, James.
It has to be 5. It simply must be 5.
We've got Emmet, Nemot, Pissmire, Pissant, Pipalika.
All of them. All of the names.
The Sunshine Prognostication.
Describe
the tremulous hand.
Was it someone that just, they have the big letter at the start on those sort of old documents? Did that just scare him? And then he's just, for the rest of it.
Capi, Gorgonius, Whale Career.
Yeah, those are the names of the ghosts in Pac-Man.
And of course, Clyde.
Yeah, absolutely 5 out of 5.
I accept your 5. My third category, James, is I am saying they are gold diggers.
Nice. Very
a reference
good.
to popular and uncontroversial musical artist.
Don't or do look up the news on that one.
Because they got gold digging ants, James.
They got gold digging ants.
And I am
What
saying they are gold diggers. You see?
Yes. We should have signed a prenup with these blooming ant dog things. Or, I don't want to tell people I live their life, maybe we should never have married them. They're a dog. Everyone told me they were a dog, and I didn't believe them.
Yeah, the people told that ant and that lion that it wouldn't work out, and it did. They are in love, James.
Look at their happy and terrifying children. They've now founded a chain of petrol stations across Italy. 5.
And my final category, he's off again.
What's this one?
Well, this category describes when people are going off on their own subject. For instance, me talking about the etymology of words. James, you talking about Back to the Future.
Yes. It's Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, playing his boss, we know. And also the writers at The Tremulous Hand, just, going off on one about these weird ants, even though nobody even asked.
Nobody even mentioned ants. Yeah, definitely a 5 out of 5 for that one. I can't knock
and I
it.
suppose Michael Peisel, as a sort of writing his travelogue, he literally was off.
Yes, he went off on one. He knows some legends. His legends go to another school. You wouldn't know about them. Yeah, definitely. 5 out of 5. Cannot knock it.
Well, thank you very much. And again, if anybody is a scholar of Old English listening, I'm just really sorry about all of the pronunciations and errors that I no doubt made. But I just wanted to talk about magic ants.
I'm a bit sorry about some of the aspersions I might have cast upon those Old English people.
Yeah. Are you worried that you're going to be cancelled for saying a bad thing about someone who died 1,000 years ago?
Yeah, you never know.
With our listeners, it is possible. It is possible that the Tremulous Hand stands will come out and tear you apart. They're like Swifties. So yes, it was ants, James. Ants, your usual large dog-shaped ants.
Of course, it was ants all the way down. Well, if anyone would like to hear bits that were cut out from that episode, I imagine there will be some. But if you want to hear it, it's at patreon.com/lawmenpod, where you can join us there. And you can also get access to the Lawfolk Discord to meet like-minded lawfolk. Thank you very much to all the people who already do support us. And a massive thank you to Joe, the editor, for this.
A giant
thank you very much, Joe. Giant thank you.
James, what do you call a psychic ant?
Oh, I don't know.
A clairvoyant. James, are you an Ed TV or a Truman Show? Are you a Bugs Lifer or are you an Ants Man?
I am a Truman Show, but then I also am an Ants Man.
Ants, because the Marxist themes were more explicit in Ants, weren't they?
Yeah, but
one of the ants says the workers are in control of the means of production. But Woody Allen is the main character.
Yeah, if my memory serves correctly, it's a Woody Allen starring.
Well, then let's just watch A Bug's Life starring Kevin Spacey then and John Lasseter.
Oh no!
As Harry the Mosquito.
No.